Okay, I want to talk about Mario overall. Overall, just anything that could come to mind today. I was thinking more about Rosalina in Super Mario Galaxy and her role there. She has this sort of mother-like role, like I said. She is referred to as a mother by the Lumas and has this sort of mother-like role where at the end you hear her surrounded by these crying infants as if they're being born, and she speaks about Lumas being born and reborn after death and so on. The problem with this for me, intellectually so to speak, the puzzle that it presents is that there is, as I said, this conjunction almost of the meaning of a birth of a star or the birth of a galaxy and the birth, I have a slight cold or something, the birth of a baby. So we're having this metaphorical kind of superposition of two different things that are kind of similar, but not exactly.
Oh.
Hmm? Oh.
Yes.
Ah. Welcome! Welcome, New Galaxy!
Okay, so what else could we say? Rosalina has this one eye that's reflected in her face. It's the one thing we most see about her. And she speaks a lot about seeing things, right? Having visions or watching others. She watches Mario and the others. She seems to have sort of a role of a watcher, right, over the world, like a sort of guardian, kind of. And she shows picture books to people, to her Lumas, right? She reads picture books. These picture books are books full of pictures, so full of visuals. They are books then that are meant to show you something as well. So we have an association, therefore, to vision, maybe by the prevalence of this one eye, right? And other things like the picture book and so on. So a thought might come into our heads, which is, well, the creation of a new galaxy seems to involve Lumas. Lumas die in order to be reborn as a new galaxy or in order to aid the creation of a new world or a new galaxy. I struggle now to remember exactly what the mechanics were of this, but it does seem like Lumas basically seem to help in the creation of new things. Right? In the clip we just saw before, Rosalina says how I think stars are present in all new life. That's what I read from that, right? So let's bring in the topic of superimposition. I spoke of superimposition of concepts, so to speak. There's the concept of the birth of an organic being, you know, a baby, a newborn animal or something, and the concept of the birth of a star or the birth of a galaxy, which are different types of birth in our eyes, but we're superimposing them here. There's some poetry kind of working, right, in this game. And at the same time, there is a physical superimposition of things, I think, often in this game. I want to give a few examples that I've noticed so far. One of them is the superimposition of the beacon that lights the the lighthouse, or whatever it's called, the place they travel in, their comet. This beacon that I think gives life to the Lumas, precisely, right? The Lumas seem to live through it or thrive because of it. This beacon grows in size. It's kind of like in Mario Sunshine, where, you know, also sort of designed by the same guy. So I wonder if there's a possible sort of artistic aspect to this concept that I'm about to introduce about growing light, increasing light. Apologies, I got a bit lost there. Super Mario Sunshine also has this concept of increasing light. The world grows in light as you collect more and more shines. The world shines brighter and brighter and brighter, and it stops being a world that is in darkness, in shadows, and becomes a world that is brighter and brighter, right? So the sun kind of is rising, so to speak. It's getting stronger. And Mario Galaxy has a similar kind of theme, because the beacon gets stronger. It was weaker, right? The Lumas were in danger, it seems, according to Rosalina. What I wanted to showcase with these 3 or 4 examples, I'll try and explain them now that I've shown them, is the dawn of a new day, the sun rising, seems to correspond to, by the camera position, I mean, it corresponds by camera position with the beacon growing, boom, you know, as the growing motion begins, so to speak, you see the alignment, like a perfect alignment, conjunction, so to speak, perfect between, well, perfect in my opinion, I suppose, the sunrise, right? So that's one thing. Second thing is the Bowser scene, the fight with Bowser. It's not really an alignment, I suppose. It's more, I'm talking about visual tricks. There are visual tricks happening here, right, for the entertainment of the player and for other reasons, where the holes in this big fire structure are sort of, they are aligned with the cosmos, right? You can see the cosmos behind it. So it looks kind of like you're in a space that has blue surfaces on it. Like you're inside a sphere that's covered in blue kind of patches, right? But they're not part of the structure you're in. They are way more far away, actually, in the distance. I correspond this with the same type of visual trick in that there is, I think, some visual aspect to like something that's far away, creating a feeling that it's actually really close, or decorating, conjuncting with our present sort of close perspective, our close, perspective. This place we're in is being conjuncted by something that's in some other place. It decorates our current position, so to speak. Okay, that's one of them. The next one is Mario's cap, or maybe, Mario's cap sort of aligning perfectly with the rising of the sun as well. So Mario's cap, which is red, like fire, kind of, like a star. This is my reading, I suppose, of this, because you could say that it isn't Mario's cap particularly that's being conjuncted here with the sun. It is just the sun itself, the rising sun, being conjuncted with Mario himself, with Mario flying through space. But in any case, there is a conjunction visually between Mario flying. Okay, you get the point. Next one is Peach. We spoke about this in another video, right? Her eye has the UFO sort of superimposed on it. It's not the same sort of thing. But anyway. So yes, that's another one. That's just Rosalina. It seems, as the camera's far away, that we're getting close to a picture of this huge, mother, much bigger than Mario, kind of cradling cradling Mario. But then as we get closer, it seems as if Mario is actually standing at a distance, and that it was just a visual effect that we were getting, right? And images are things that happen due to light as well.